So we are back on this 1991 Toyota pickup. As you can see, the clutch is engaged on the compressor. I don't have the high side hooked up, I have the high and low going together. So it's only reading off the low side. And as you notice here, I got some tape here, and you go, why does he have tape here? Well, if you also notice, I have some paper filling up down here. And if you've seen from my previous videos, I could stick my fingers all the way. See this big old gap right here? There's a big gap down here that comes up that pulls air from underneath the condenser, and air gets sucked in under the condenser, behind the condenser, and never flows through the bottom of the condenser. And when you're in stop and go or really slow traffic or stop and go traffic in a desert situation where it's 100 degrees plus, that is a big problem. Another one is hot air rolling around, coming through here. Instead of going through cool air going through the grill, it pulls in air through this big old gap right here. Now what I found out in a previous video, I mentioned this, I go, I think this gap's supposed to be smaller. There's a piece of rubber or foam, maybe not because it was 91, but the gap looked awfully big. Now what I found out, this aftermarket condenser, because they didn't have our original, the original one was a brass and copper tube radiator. This is a modern day plastic tank with aluminum fins. The bracket, the way the aftermarket made the bracket where its attachments points are, it put the radiator back. It tilted it back more, and it opened up this big giant ass gap here. I mean, basically, here's my fingers laying inside the gap from the metal there to the crimp right there. You have a gap that wide going all the way across. Aftermarket, not quite the same, pushes it back and opens up this huge gap. So I was out here running, and I'm going, well, even though this has 121, it is a Toyota, and the Japanese have better thermal fan clutches than Americans. Americans start going off at 30,000, 50,000. They start losing their ghost. By 80,000, they're toast. So what I was noticing, that my low side pressure was only going down to about 24 psi, and I go, that doesn't quite look right for me on this one. It's only 70 degrees, 70, what is the temperature? I forgot. It's 70 some degrees outside, and I'm going, oh, I just lost it. I should be going lower than that, and I should be cooling off the cab and cycling faster than it was in recycle, even though I have the direct sun right there, and it's coming right into the cabin and heating up the cabin. So what I did was I go, you know what? I think it's because this aftermarket condenser is moved back so far, I'll throw some tape on there. And how they have it up there, and I'll throw some paper into that gap where it's sucking in air behind the condenser and not allowing the air to be pulled. And as soon as I did this, it drops down to 15 psi. There it goes lower, but basically it's about 15 psi. And the thermostat setting on here, the minimum temperature on this stat, it can't get any colder than 42. Now it could get colder if I played with it, manipulated it, or I did something to make it get colder. I could make this come out 39, 37 degrees out of the dash, no problem at all. And I have 134 refrigerant inside here. So the issue, you get a radiator that actually is meant that will close this gap up, or just simply go get some high temperature aluminum furnace tape, or some high temperature, what did I just drop? I heard something, I hit something. I hope I didn't hit, no I didn't. But I knocked something off. You close up this gap, you close up that lower gap, and in hot weather conditions, I mean even in cool weather conditions, it makes a difference. But it definitely makes a difference when you're pulling the air through the condenser instead of around the condenser. All right guys, I'll see you later. This has been running for about 30 minutes now, and giving it a clean bill of health, other than it does have really small leaks, very small tiny smell. I thought I was going to condemn it. I'm going to let it run a little while. I'm going to leak test this again. And I'm going to clean off any areas I think were leaking, so the customer could keep an eye on them. They already put a lot of money in this, so they want to save this old car. You can see they did a valve cover gasket, and here are cap wires. They got a exhaust leak there, I guess they're going to go after, and some other oil leaks. So this is a 50-year vehicle. This vehicle can easily last 50 years, and it's almost the kind of vehicle that you can fix on the side of the road. It's so easy to repair. Definitely a keeper. See you guys later.